today's big adventure. I didn't work down below. It was very cold this morning. We got down to 34 degrees. Yes. So anyway, the mason bees are hatching. Slowly, but they are hatching. And this is a little thing I bought at Ace Hardware. And they've already started filling up the holes, if you can see that. So they are surviving, even though the temperatures are going down very low. So, for my birthday, Sandor got me a gift. He got me 300 mason bees, of which I had a few of my own. And he got me this thing over here. Take you around, see if I can keep it out of the sun so you can see it. Okay, this is a block of holes. And they're kind of like jigsaw pieces that fit together. And you're supposed to be able to take them apart easily when they fill up with mason bees. Now, whether they will or not, I don't know. Anyway, it had no support to it. There was nothing. So today I made this makeshift support thing and hung it on the side of my shed. And that took a large percentage of my time. But I wasn't real careful about it because it's on the back side of my shed here in the back of the yard. And I really don't care what it looks like. It serves the purpose. And it slides in and out so that I didn't put full sides on it because I wanted to be able to get in there and slide it out so that I could get to the mason bees and clean them up and put them in my refrigerator like I do every year. Also, yesterday I got in enough to fill 2 of these. And as you can see, mason bees have been busy already up here. So those were some I had left over from last year that I put in. And so we're going to have mason bees this year, I think. Last year it was terrible. Very, very few mason bees. My host is coming up. I divided it, took the back portion out and put it down below. And this one I've got to do the same too on this side. And just find a place for it. But camellia is done with its blooming. I'll be picking off the buds and all the spent blooms and doing a cleanup back here. But I wanted to work in the sun today. And down below is mostly in the shade. And with what I had to do anyway. So I did a little bit of transplanting. But mostly I worked out in the backyard in the sunshine. Cat, you're going to get into trouble. Dog chasing cat. So yeah, it was nicer out back today than it was down below. And I've got my iberis blooming here. I've got, I forget what they're called. And I've got my hosta coming up. And I've got to get in here and weed. I've got a lot of weeds, but I do have Shasta daisies that'll be blooming after all this stuff does. And I redid the hose on the pond recently. I forget whether I posted it or not. The dog kept knocking down the pot. So that's an old part of a bird bath that I stuffed in there. I think I've got one more round that I can make a hole in. And nice there, dog. One more round that I can make a hole in so it'll go through a tree round. But it is holding water. I took the cattails out, which could have been a problem, but I think it was mostly the hose. I put all new hose in and brought the dish up a little bit higher. And over here, I've got azaleas that are going to bloom. These are nice, pretty red ones. I've got one on this side. Don't eat the flowers. One on that side, and then I've got one over there. Hey! No! I'm trying to teach her not to eat things in the yard and tear it apart. Like right. She's pruned all of my roses, all the bottom portions of my roses. And I have a couple more azaleas on this side. This one is a hot pink one, where the other two are more red. And this gets a little bit more sun. And she's doing something naughty over there. My viburnum is kind of going past. My parrot that Trevor got me. Will you stop? And my rhododendron's getting ready to bloom out front first and then in the back. This one that's all budded up is a white one, which didn't bloom much last year, but this year it's full of blossoms, full of buds. And this is my lovely Japanese pyrrhus. Isn't that gorgeous? And after, let's see if I can get in here for the blossoms. I've got the white bell-shaped blossoms. It has variegated leaves, and all this red turns to the variegated leaves. Usually I cut it off though, because I don't want it to get so high. And then I have a hot pink viburnum here. And a cat and dog are going at it, playing chase. My phlox is coming up nicely. See if I can get my shadow out of here. And there you have a little bit of the backyard. And I have to go discipline the dog. Over and out from Lynn's Garden, Port Orchard, Washington.